Oh, Bambi, I won't lie.
But yeah,
That's
but
pretty crazy.
those hiatuses be killing you, man, for real.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, That's why this break is different, and the reason this break is so long, because I've taken breaks in the past that were only for like a couple weeks to a month. The reason this one is so long is because when I come back, I make it like I'm trying to like go as far as possible with this. So when I come back, I'm making sure that this is like I'm fucking ready to do this for good, you know?
That's what I like to hear. Yeah, okay. Now we have a reason why he's been going so long, bro.
Yeah, I'm preparing, you know.
I don't know if you heard the part I had said about CDTV Productions, but with him, it's a perfect example, bro. I still watch all of his videos because he be posting the links on Twitter. I always click on the link and watch it. But CDTV started uploading like once every 5 weeks. That shit started getting on my nerves, man. I'm like, bro, this dude upload schedule way too inconsistent for me.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that. The thing that also impresses me about that is the fact that he's still relevant, uploading that little. That's like actually impressive to me.
Yeah, he still get like an easy 50K plus, like easy.
Yeah, at minimum 50K. So that's like, that's how you know your videos are good.
That for me, they be the thing with CDTV Productions and honestly Blackie Speaks. A lot of their videos I'll watch because I like them. Like as a creator, as a person, I like them. But they sometimes make videos that I don't care about, but I watch them anyway. And mostly Blackie Speaks. Pretty much 85% of the topics Blackie talks about is shit I don't care for, but I watch it because it's a Blackie Speaks video. So I'd be wanting to hear what he has to say about it.
Yeah, I feel you definitely, and especially with someone like Blackie, he's someone you know, like I've been talking about how people bringing their morals onto the YouTube channel. He's someone that's all about spreading positivity and mental health awareness, and that's, you know, like how can you not support that? You know, we need a lot more of that.
Oh, this is a perfect trend. That was a perfect segue into my next question because there's a previous podcast episode that I had with somebody that I can't reveal to you just yet. The episode coming out later on, so you'll see who it was. But I brought up this. Okay. What I'm about to say right now to you is the exact same thing I said to him. It was you and Blackie Speaks who said that y'all don't read the comments on y'all videos after the first day because y'all don't want to come across any hate comments. And yeah, that goes into the positivity thing. You know, you don't want to read something if you know you're just gonna come across some insults. I get it, but at the same time, you gotta think about it, bro. Say somebody comes across your video like a week after you post it and they say like, bro, Isaiah, bro, this video was very funny. It was very informative. I really like your opinions, blah, blah, blah. But you're not going to ever see their comment because you choose not to read them. Like, that's kind of messed up. I read my comments all the time because I don't want to, I would feel bad if somebody watched my video and they left a long ass comment giving me like a compliment saying it was a nice video. And I just don't ever read it because, I don't want to come across any hate comments. There's way more positivity than negativity in my opinion.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like in my comment section, it's probably like 95% positivity. But the thing about like human nature is you're just gonna focus on that 5%. And
I'm like that when it comes to reviews or pretty much anything like a restaurant or some shit. I'm looking straight at the negative reviews instead of the positive ones.
Yep. You see, and honestly, I do actually on certain videos I will read all the comments even like a couple weeks after they came out, but. If it's a video I know that might get a lot of hate, I'll try and stay out of the comment section. But even then, sometimes I'll still read some of them. Like the thing is, like I don't always reply to a lot of comments, but I probably have read them.
But when does that really happen though? When you drop a video and you expect to get hate from it, like does that even happen?
Back in the day when I was making like those best whatever of rapper of each state or whatever, those type of lists where it was just completely subjective. Those were the videos where they were most likely people like, "Oh my God, your opinion sucks, bro. Why the hell are you on YouTube?" There'd be like the occasional comment like that. But then like me, like where I'm at now, like even hate comments don't really get to me. So I think when I come back to YouTube, I think I'll probably just go back to reading all the comments again.
The great way about what you're saying is that I'm able to bounce off of what you're saying and think of like another question or whatnot. You said something about like, oh my gosh, this guy's opinion suck, blah blah blah. This is something I actually caught you doing like 2 or 3 years ago, but I never brought it up until now. I actually caught you flexing your views at one point, bro. It was
bro.
You remember Brandon Rashad and D Chanel? Mm-hmm. It was one of their reactions to one of your lists. So they was like, what's good, everybody? DNB, ENT, shout out to the home Isaiah the player, blah, blah, blah. It was one of your little compilation videos. Yeah. And it was a guy in the comments that was like, whoever made that video don't know shit about hip hop. His opinion sucks, blah, blah, blah. And you responded to that person like, oh, my opinion sucks, but that video got 150,000 views. So what you mean? I saw that. I'm like, come on, Isaiah. Like, come on, man.
That's what I'm saying. That like, I was just I've grown a lot. You know what I'm saying? I was just a lot of there's everyone has flaws and everyone's going to continue to have flaws, but yeah, I've moved past making comments like that. Like it's not about numbers, it's not about anything like that,
And that's as soon as I noticed that, I was like, come on, Izzy, what you doing? Like, numbers don't be meaning nothing like that. I was hoping you would just ignore that person's comment, but you was like actually going back and forth with them. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, that's the thing I noticed. The thing about like back when like younger me would always go back and forth with people in the comments that were hating, bro. I just I was telling you, bro, I used to focus too much on the hate, and I would instead of paying attention and appreciating the positive comments, I'd spend my time trying to fight the negative,
Oh, it's to the point I just delete comments, bro. The moment I see a hate comment, unless it's a legitimate hate comment, like if a person, well, actually, this wouldn't be a hate comment, but if a person says simply, I don't agree with what you said about this song or this artist, blah, 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 I'll leave it there. But if a person just flat out said, oh, this video fucking suck, you don't know what you're talking about, I'm like, I'm deleting your shit right away. I ain't trying to hear all this.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, those comments are just people that they're just hating, and for whatever reason, you just either got to delete it or ignore it.
Yep, exactly. Because when the more you feed into it, bro, it's just gonna bother you more as a person.
Yep, and they're loving it on their keyboard. They're having a great time when they get those arguments.
And sometimes it's not even hate comments. Some people comment stuff just simply to get a reaction out of you. I had a dude yesterday comment on my 5 dances that never caught on video. He was like, hey, yo, Amir, where you at? And I put 12 question marks. I'm like, what do you mean where I'm at? Like, what's up? Then he was like, oh, nothing. I just wanted to get you to respond. How you been? I hope you being safe. It's like, I was flattered, but at the same time, I'm like, this is kind of fucking weird.
Yeah, you see that all the time, man. All the time.
Yeah, it's not even a joke. It's a real thing. Some people who will say stuff just to get a reaction out of you, for real.
Yeah. And I'm not going to sit here and try to break that down, but yeah, I see that almost every single, you could say every single big YouTuber, they have to deal with that. And it's weird.
That's why you just got to ignore it, bro, for real. But
exactly.
I mean, you don't have to just let me pretty much ask you any question. You can definitely cut me off at any point if you got something.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, through this conversation, you've already been answering a lot of my questions just, through the natural flow. Another one I have written is, I have a feeling I'll probably know what you're going to say, but who do you think is the best YouTube rapper?
I don't even listen to YouTube rapper music, bro. I don't. And I mean, I've always seen, the reason why is because just that's the style of YouTube rap that I've always been coming across. I'm just not into their style of music. So Quadeca, Crip, Samad, well, Samad Savage not a YouTube rapper, but Quadeca and Crip and I'm Dante and Dax, the type of music they make is just simply music I don't listen to. So I just couldn't get into it. They're all impressive as fuck. Like Quadeca and Crip, they rhyme schemes are, especially Quadeca. I came across some shit. I was like, okay, this is nice. Nice. But Quadeca, overall, the type of music they make, I'm just not into it. That's why you don't really see me talk about YouTube rappers like that.
Yeah. I see. I agree with you. There's a lot of YouTube rappers that have skill, but for whatever, I don't know why it is, but when it comes to Crypt and Quadeca and a lot of the YouTube rappers, they definitely have the skill, but their voices is what's lacking. You know what I mean?
That rapidy rap style.
Yeah, it's like you're mixing the rapidy rap style with someone who doesn't really have that good of a rap voice to begin with. And I mean, the fact that Crypt and Quadeca have got as far as they have without even really having a rapper voice, I mean, that goes to show you how skilled they are. But
pure technicality. Yep,
technicality. Yep. So I agree with you on that. There's definitely a lot of songs that dang, I want to like this, but I just the voice I can't get behind.
Since you brought up YouTube rappers, Playboy, I already have a section called I got a section just simply about rap lyrics that you've said that I want to hear your opinion on it. Why did you write that line, or how much truth is behind that line, etc.
All right, so I like this.
I'm trying to figure out the best way to word this. But were you, whether it be high school, middle school, whatever, were you the type of kid where you were always alone, or always by yourself or something? Because you had certain lyrics I used to sit by myself during punch, but I always had music. I used to sit by myself during lunch, but I always had music to soften the punch. Stuff like that. So you had a couple of lyrics in your songs pretty much saying how you can be alone sometimes, but music be helping you get through that time. So were you a kid that didn't have any friends or something?
Well, what happened, it's kind of not really that long of a story, but basically I grew up in Omaha, Nebraska, and I lived there until I was 16. Mm-hmm. And while I was in Nebraska, I was a really sociable person. I don't think when I was growing up, there'd probably 6 out of 7 days a week, I was hanging out with my friends. You know what I mean? But when I was 16, my dad got a promotion and we moved to Minnesota. And that was,
I always thought
moved,
you was rich and you just had 2 houses, one in Minnesota, one in Nebraska.
Nah, man. I mean, my dad gets decent money, but that's not my money. Like if I got kicked out, if they kicked me out today, I'd be homeless. You know what I mean?
This is a lyric I want to interject into your answer real quick because it was another one that was pretty the same. It was in Obsidian when you said, look at my past, I used to be the outcast.
Rip it the best, flip it the best, already know I am next. Whip it the best, kill it the best, I got an S on my chest. Look at my past, I used to be the outcast. Gotta go get it, my nigga J Rock said it.
So like stuff like that is what I mean.
Yeah, there's definitely, like, I wouldn't call myself an outcast, but I mean, I don't want to be the guy like, yo, I was so different and quirky, because I wasn't. But like, yeah, I guess outcast wasn't really the right word for it, but that was more in reference to when I moved to Minnesota, and that was right before my junior year of high school. So my junior year and senior year of high school, I didn't have friends. You know what I mean? So that's when I was sitting alone at lunch and shit like that, and I was just lonely as hell. But I was listening to music, J. Cole and Kanye West and Logic. They were helping me through that time, you know.
I know what you mean, but that new kid treatment be getting to you because I had to deal with that literally every time I started another level of schooling. And what I mean by that is the elementary school that I went there all 5+ years, like from kindergarten to 5th grade. Mm-hmm. And when I was in 6th grade. Because I was born and raised on the east side of Detroit, and when I was in 6th grade, my family moved to the west side of Detroit. So literally all the friends I had from elementary school, everybody I knew, I pretty much never saw them after that because I went to a whole different side of the city. And I went to a new middle school, and it was like, yeah, like the middle school that I went to, it was kind of what I wanted to experience. Everybody that was there in 6th grade knew each other from elementary school. So like most of the kids already knew each other. And I was that one person coming from the other side of town, didn't know nobody. And it ended up happening in high school too, bro. The middle school that I went there all 3 years. And then when I went from 8th to 9th grade, the high school that I went to, most of the kids I went to middle school with went somewhere else. So I didn't know anybody there either. And I'm like, this new kid treatment kind of whack. And then college wasn't no different, bro. I was the only person from my graduating class that went to the University in Michigan. So it's like every 4 years of my life, I kept having to have that new kid treatment. I'm like, this shit whack.
Yeah, bro. It's definitely rough. But the thing about that is like, what I really liked about that period, and I'm sure you can relate to me when I say this, is like you become your own best friend in a way, you know? Like you get really good at hanging out with yourself and like really discovering who you are and your passions and what you want to do with life. Because when you're with it's like really important for your mental health to have friends. Like I think there's a study that says like people that don't have friends live shorter lives than people that have a lot of friends, or not necessarily a lot of friends, but people that have quality friends. But yeah, like those people that didn't have friends growing up, I feel like they know themselves a lot better and are a lot more comfortable with themselves and solitude.
Man, the thing with me was that I just simply had a black mother that was mad at me for not leaving the house. Like, why the hell are you here every afternoon? You don't got no friends? I'm like, yeah, I got friends, but like they be, I'm like, my friends were just like doing stuff that I wasn't like, I either wasn't interested in or I just didn't feel like doing like that night. So sometimes I would go hoop, sometimes I would go like to the skating rink, stuff like that. But it was a lot of times my friend would text me like, yeah, but we about to go here. You trying to go with us? I'm like, man, no, I'm not in the mood for that. And yeah, my mama she started getting on my ass about that. Like, damn, you don't want to go nowhere. You always here every night. I'm like, all right, shit.
Yeah, I can get frustrating. I'm lucky. My parents kind of understood because they knew like they moved me in the middle of high school, so they were like kind of like they didn't like bug me about that because that would just make things worse. So I'm thankful that they didn't make a big deal out of me not having friends. But yeah, I definitely feel you on that.
Another rap lyric that I have to point out, and this was a lyric I brought up to you before. I think I commented it on one of your videos, but this is definitely a big one that always stuck in my head. I believe this was your Yes Get It song, and you said 7 million views, ain't made a dime from it, and that's been hard to stomach. So yeah, your most popular video, the best rap song by year, 7 million views, and you didn't make one penny off that bitch.
Not a single fucking penny, bro.
You gotta explain that, though. How you feel about that,
bro? You know what happened? The crazy thing, like that video was like the reason I'm even talking to you right now. But I mean, I was mad at the time when I wrote that song because I was like money conscientious. But it's, again, I'm at the point like it's not about numbers or money. It's just about I'm at the point I'm not trying to make good content.
At the time, you was like, oh my god, all these views, and I ain't getting nothing.
Because I was missing out on like at least $7,000 right there, and I was 18 at the time, so that would have been life changing, you know. So I was like, but at the end of the day, that did give me, you know, that blew my channel up. So I have that to thank it for.
And was there ever a point where like you kind of like officially got over it? You was like, you know what, it don't even bother me anymore. Or it was just like it took like a long time for you to just look at those views and like, man, this video is getting more and more popular, and I'm still not making nothing.
I think I got over it once I like once it started to actually blow my channel up and my other videos started to get views, and then like once I started to actually get consistent money from YouTube, I was like, all right, this is not a big deal. You just got to keep going and keep creating good videos, and then you know, even after that, there's been videos I've had that have had gotten over 1 million views. So it's like once I started seeing that I could do it again, I was like, okay, this is not a big deal.